Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm going to do my weekly reading update for May 22nd, 2022. So, I had a great birthday week. Again, I took Monday off, and so that was great. I hung out with my parents. They came up, and we went out for a late breakfast, and then later that night, we went to Outback with my brother when he got off work, so I got to eat out both meals for that. My dad and I went to Pal's, and we both did some damage. I will have a book haul later this week of what I got at Pal's, and then for I would call it my birthday book haul kind of thing, and then I'll do a part 2 for the rest of the books I bought in May, because of course I've bought a lot of books. I always do. And I always promise that June will be better, and I won't buy so many because I bought so many in May, but you guys all know how I am. Then again, I had to work all week. Work's going fine. No problems there. It was nice to, I mean, it would have been nice if I had to take more than one day off, but that's fine. So work's fine. Nothing new. Then this weekend, my mom came again. My dad went rock hunting. I don't know if you guys have been here, you know, he likes to go do that with my mom's cousin. So they went off and did that for a few days. So she came up on Friday night, and then Saturday we went to IKEA, and we went to Macy's and a few other places, and had lunch with my brother at Olive Garden before she headed back down. At IKEA, I had to buy, so I bought what I thought was the top for one of these Billy bookcases, because I want to see if I can put the very top shelf extra, you know, the extra one to get more space in here. It's going to be really close on measurements, so I bought it, and it turns out I bought the short Billy bookcase, not the long, these ones. So I had to return that one and get one of the big ones to try it. Well, they only had the one. Luckily they had the one, because I'd have gone there all and done that return, and it might not have been there. So I should have looked online to see what they had in stock. But anyway, so I'm gonna try to this next weekend see if I can get it to work in this room, because I have 7 bookcases in this room, and I have 1 in my guest room. So I mean, I'm hoping, yeah, that means I have to buy 7 more, but if it works, so we'll see. Anyway, wish me luck. I need the space. I have a lot of junk on top of these bookcases that are just, I need to go through anyway. So this would be, I'm definitely going to have to do one of those clean out things where I just take a section of the house. I've been here now 7 years, which is amazing and kind of scary when I think about how long I've been here. And I think it's time to do some decluttering. I think I've definitely just gathered a lot of stuff that I don't need. Anyway, all that to say, I have a lot of things to do. Anyway, so it was great to have my mom here. That was fun. But, you know, that means in some days that I probably would have read more, I didn't. So, but I still finished a lot of books, but I think a lot of that was audio at work, which is just how it's working right now with the way things are going. So let's, sorry, this was a really long intro, but it was a good week. Anyway, so let's talk about the things, the things I finished, the things I'm in the middle of, and what I think I'm going to read in the next week. So I think on Sunday, was it Sunday? I think I finished The Myth Manifestation by Lisa Sharon on Sunday, because I had buddy reads that were starting for Monday. So I really enjoyed this one. This is book 5 in the SPI files. As you know, I've been binging this series. I'm really close to of all the ones that are out so far. So my cat is crying in the other, sorry. But this one was really fun, because again, this is an urban fantasy where we're following Berna, who is a seer, and she works for kind of a company, or for a company, well, I can't think what you call, not a company, but like the kind of like the FBI, but for supernatural investigations and stuff. So she and her partner Ian are usually thrown into these horrible messes, and this one is where there's a treaty is going to be signed for the next 100 years for certain creatures that come to Earth to stay from other dimensions and other worlds, and they all get trapped in this hotel by some means, and things start appearing and attacking them. this was really a fun one of the series. This is one of my favorites because just of some of the things that happen in here and the growth for McKenna and her love interest in here. And I really enjoyed the things that happened. I mean, it's nothing, the love plot is, or the romance is so low. Like, that's not, it's really urban fantasy. There's just a lot more action and a big cast of characters. I love how every book builds on the next one with what people we know and the way the world builds. It's just so much fun. Again, it's one of those urban fantasies where you're set in the real world. Nobody knows that the supernatural creatures are there, except for this elite crew of stuff. And I just love this series so far. So again, this book was a really good one. I really enjoyed this one. So I did finish that. I'm trying to remember why I had a little sticky note in here. Oh my God, yeah, there was this one scene I just laughed so hard. There was like. It was really good. Like, let's just say that. It's just for a urban fantasy, just for fun. Like, nothing super serious, just fun. And then, as I said, I worked 4 days this week because I had Monday off for my birthday. So I listened to a lot of audiobooks. I got through 3 of the Side Changeling series. So I had this whole plan. I was going to change to a different genre or to a different author. And no, instead I checked my library and found out they had a lot of the Side Changeling series, the first ones. Because remember, I read from 12 on to what was out. So I read 12 to 20 by audio that I own. And then I don't own any of the earlier ones. So I went through the library. So I listened to the first one, the second one. So Slave to Sensation is first, Vision of Heat is second, and then I had to skip to number 4, which is Mind to Possess, because there was a wait on number 3, because it is some people's favorite of the Side Changing one. I totally understand. It's one of my favorites too. Anyway, so again, this is the Side Changing series. I talk about this all the time, and I have been talking about this for weeks because or a couple weeks because I've been doing the reread, but this is just one of my, I would probably say this is my favorite series that's still being written. It's just definitely one of those ones where I read a book and I'm so happy to be with those characters and learn more about that world and stuff. And I just love rereading this because I love all the people in the world that she's created that we follow. So again, it starts out in the first book is that Sasha is what is considered a Psy, who are more the psychics or the ones who have psychic abilities in different kinds, and she is considered broken. And her mother is a very influential person in the Psy world, and so she's trying to do a deal with the leopard pack, and for a construction thing. And then so she meets Lucas, who is the alpha of that group of changelings. And it's as I said, it is a romance, but the world building in here just grows per book. First book is, I think, one of the roughest of things that she was playing with, and then she refines it definitely in the next few books, and then is definitely she does it so well by the end. But it's just, the first book is a little hard on a couple things, but really overall, still one of my favorite series that I started. So again, I reread or listened to, these are all done by Angela Daw, which I think she does a great job for this whole series. I really like the way she does it. So anyway, again, I listened to the first one and the second one and the fourth one. So I finished all those from the library this week on audio. And then I did my buddy read with Tia and all the books. We are reading the Hidden Legacy series, and we read Burn for Me. Is it Burn for Me? You know what? I read these things and then I forget. Yeah, Burn for Me is the first book. So we read that last month. And then White Hot is the second book in this series. And again, forget the cover. Anyway, the point is I hate these covers. And I will say that every time I pick up these books. Anyway, because again, these are very much urban fantasy, very much action adventure, with the mystery of who is doing what. This one, again, we're following Nevada as she's kind of pulled into people. These the high magic users are, causing havoc. she is kind of a hidden power from the beginning, because she, in the first book, nobody knows really what she has, and her family's been really on the down low. And then because she gets involved with an investigation in the first book, she meets Mad Rogan, who is one of the primes, or one of the top guys, and also she is going after another one who is trying to destroy Houston. Again, so this is like a alternative world where magic was infused into people in the 1850s or 60s or something like that. It was like in the 1800s, and so it's been over 100 years, 150 years of them, of houses being developed, of families who have magic and those who don't. So anyway, I really like these ones because of the magic systems that are in here, and the action is just phenomenal. Alona Andrews, the team of writers that do that, they're just awesome, husband-wife team. This one I really liked because, again, it progresses there is the romantic line with Nevada and her love interest. So I grew to love them a lot more. In this book, I really enjoyed it. A lot of twists and turns, and it ends on a kind of like boom, like you need to read on. So of course we're going to read on in the next one next month in June. So we will get to number 3, which is Wildfire. So that'll wrap up the first trilogy of. There's like a trilogy, a middle, like a crossover book, and then there's a third trilogy that follows a different sets of characters. I mean, the characters grow, like the world keeps building. I don't know, I'm not explaining that right, but there's another set that follows a different sister of Nevada's. So it'll be interesting. Anyway, but again, I'm looking forward to continuing this. I really enjoyed the reading of that, and of course, it's just been fun buddy reading with Tia. And then last night I finished Spy X Family. I can't talk today. By Sayuya Endo. This is book 1, or this is volume 1. I didn't see the translation is by Casey Lowe. So I think I've seen this on a lot of people with manga, and I guess an anime just came out about it that's supposed to be pretty good. Anyway, I've been wanting to try this one, and I think I did try it once before, but I wasn't in the mood for it. But last night I read it and I really enjoyed it, so I will probably ask for the second one from my library. This follows a spy who has to infiltrate the school, so he gets a kid, and then he has to find a wife, and the wife, that again, none of them know that they're all different, but the wife is like an assassin, and the kid is telepathic, so she can hear their thoughts, and it's hilarious. I really enjoyed this more than I thought I would, so I definitely will continue at least one more volume to see if it continues, and I do enjoy it, but that would be nice. I'd like to have another series to be reading. I did pick up 4 or 5 other ones that I've seen around on some other people's channels, because since I stopped reading Kami Can't Communicate, I just don't have anything else to read, because I just got tired of that one. I got to the point where I was just not interested anymore, so I'm hoping to find some other ones. So maybe in the next week or 2 I'll have some more to talk about that I want to read. We'll see, again, from the library. Okay, wow, I am just talky. So the books I'm in the middle of, I don't think it's any surprise. I'm reading another book from the Side Changeling series on audio from my library, again by Angela Daw. So this is Nalini's Things, Hostage to Pleasure. I am nearing the end of this one. I think I have 2 hours left, 2.5 hours, I think, left of that. So this one's book 5 in the Side Changeling series. So I have 5 from the library. 6, again, is my favorite, one of my favorite books of the series. I would say what did I figure it was? Number 3 of my favorites. And of course, it's out like 8 weeks. So I don't know. I might have to just finally break down and buy number 6. But number 7, I also have, which I'll show. But anyway, the point is I have a couple more that I'm going to do on audio, but then there are some other audios I need to pick up. So I'm letting myself finish this one and read one more. And then And then I need to listen to some of the other stuff. But I'm really enjoying it. This one's actually one of those ones where I don't think I've read it that much, but I really enjoyed this one. So I'm definitely glad I picked that one up again. The other buddy read that I started this week was Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. So I'm reading this with Berna's Bookish Adventures and a few other people on Instagram. So I'm behind because my mom was here last night, so I need to read today's pages. So I'm hoping to get, so I've only read 65 or 60 pages. No, 50 pages. I read 50 pages. I need to get to 115 today. So, but anyway, this was a surprise. So I don't know why all these years I thought this was a sci-fi. And I don't know if it's just because I wasn't paying attention or this cover just screams sci-fi to me. And don't ask me why, because there's a freaking sword on the cover. But I don't know, for some reason, this picture always makes me think of sci-fi. And anyway, and maybe even the UK cover too kind of makes me think, I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I totally had no idea what I was getting into, except this is a Brandon Sanderson. I think it was his second book. I don't remember. It's one of his early books, and I just never got around to it. So we are following a small country that is kind of considered they're part of the bigger country, but they're like considered kind of the rebels. And so they had made an agreement that a daughter of that king would be sent to marry this kind of god king of the territory. And at the last minute, for years, the older daughter thought she was going, and that's what everybody assumed. That's because that's how the treaty was said. When she reaches 22 years, that the bride will go to the capital or whatever. And he decides to send the younger daughter, and so it's kind of this flip where someone who knew what they were going to do the whole time, now they don't know what to do. And the one who thought they were kind of carefree and didn't have to worry about anything, now she's in the mix of things. And then there's a lot of other perspectives in this. As I said, I only read 50 pages so far. I'm hoping I have to catch up for the next section. We're going to read this, the rest of May and into probably about 3 weeks into June, I think. So again, it's about 50 to 70 pages, I think, every 3 or 4 days. So I'm going to get back on track. This week was, my mom showed up. I didn't get back to it. So anyway, that's what I'll be reading that today, but I'm enjoying it so far. Whatever perceptions I had, I didn't quite get. I know the magic system. I still don't know enough about it. Something about breaths, how many breaths you have or how much. It's interesting. So I don't know enough about that yet. So I can't speak to that, but I'm curious to continue on with that one. And then I'm in the middle of The Phoenix Illusion by Lisa Sharon. So this is book 6 in the SPI files. So I got to about 172. So I have about just under 100 pages left of this book. So again, this is following McKenna and her team. And strange buildings are disappearing or reappearing in places like there would be like a old building here, and then it'd be gone. It doesn't even look like it ever existed there. And so there's some otherworldly thing going on. And so I like this one so far. So I just didn't get it done last night. But anyway, I'm going to probably finish that today while reading Warbreaker. And then, so that's what I'm in the middle of. And then real quick, what I'm going to read this week. Again, I will continue on as soon as I finish The Phoenix Illusion. I'll read the last book that's out in this. I don't know if it's the last book in the series. I just know it's the last book published right now. Again, she had to go indie, after the 4th book. So the 5, 6, and 7 are all indie, but they got the same cover artist, which is awesome. So they all kind of match, even though these are all trades and mass markets of the originals. Anyway, or the first series, first part of the series. So anyway, this one, I don't know what it's about, but I don't care because I'm going to read it. So this will complete my binge of this series, which is pretty awesome. I did order the first book in another series that she wrote before this one, but it's lightly connected to this one. And I just found out because there's a character that crosses over. At least I'm almost positive that's what it looks like. So I did order a book. I maybe shouldn't have, but I did. Anyway, so I will still have Lisa Sharon to read later on in another series. I think she has a 10-book series, or maybe it's not quite that long. It's a pretty long series, another magic one, but I'm not sure if it's in the real world or not. I think it is, but we'll find out. I bought the first book. Anyway, again, I have the one more Side Changeling book from the library on audio, Blaze of Memory. So this is book 7. Yeah, so I will at least read this one, and then I might take a little break because I do have to read some other audiobooks. I'm hoping to pick up The Witch's Heart by Guinevere Gornichek. I got it from the library on audio, so I really want to try that and see if I like it. Again, I wanted to reread this. This is one of my favorite books of last year, which is following, oh, how does she say her name? Anagroba? Anagoda? Something like that. I don't know how to say it. Hopefully the audiobook will help me with that, but I'm not very, it was a weird name. But again, she is the witch who is married to Loki in Norse mythology, and how this reimagining of it just worked for me. I really love this book last year. I'm really looking forward to rereading it. And I thought I'd do it by audio this time and see if I liked that. So again, I got it from the library. The hold just came in. But I had the Side Changing ones too, so I want to finish the ones I have, and then I'll read this. So this will hopefully be later this week. So, but beyond that, I'm not sure what I'll pick up. I have several books in progress that I could pick up and finish. There's a lot of books I want to start, because that's how I am. Anyway, so that is kind of it. I don't have nothing this week plan-wise. As I said, I just have to work all 5 days, which hurts. I mean, again, then we'll get to Memorial Day weekend, so that'll be nice. And as I said, I think it's gonna be a cleaning, organizing weekend for me because I don't have any other plans and stuff. So, really quickly on the board. So what did I do here? I got 2 continues with White Hot and The Myth Manifestation, but I also got 3 rereads. There we go. This is insane. Yeah, I was gonna rewrite this board, but I think I might wait till June. I don't know. We'll see if I get time. But it's just all my rereads. This I knew, as I said, April is usually my big rereading month. It just turned out it was May. May and April. There was a lot of reading and rereading in April too. So it was just, but I've done really good on my series. I'm not finishing yet, but if I finish the SPI files next week, I'll get one more check there at least. So anyway, I think that's going well. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So what are you guys reading? What are you guys up to? Let me know. I think that's it. I don't know anything else to say, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye.